Hello and welcome to the next module. On this one we're just going to be looking at the two images you have at the top of the timeline, and I'm not going to be able to give you kind of firm advice on this as in something direct. All I can do is just kind of help you kind of think about it really. So what we're talking about are, let me just show you, these two images. First of all, this banner area here, and then this little square image here. So let's start off from the top. Vin Diesel, 31.5 million people. Doesn't have a banner image at the moment, but does have 31.5 million people. He got his following because of the way he interacts and because of his films, things like that. So, well, my point is that the image is not that important. It is important, but I mean, you could put people off with it, and you can draw some people in, but ultimately, keeping people and is all going to be down to how you relate to them. The next page is this one here. It's got 344,000. Makeup artist, again, doesn't have a header image, just has the profile image. Now this one I like. This is why I put it in. I think it's nice, simple, nice image. Quite a couple of sweet dogs in there. Well, dogs. And it's also got its profile image here, the thumbnail, which matches in color that there. Now let's go to the next one. This one here, again, is consistency between the images and the profile picture. Even if you don't like them, they do join up. Next one, again, a link between the main image and that one, not only in color scheme, but also in some of the subject matter, in the sense they both got masks on. When we come to this page here, I want to show you this one because although it's a square image here, and you put your mouse over it, it's actually a bigger, longer image. So what they've done is they've taken the width of the image, made it longer. They put that in, and then Facebook, when they put that image, it says, where would you like to have the image? Which part of your image would you like to be shown as your profile picture? So they've chosen the top bit, but you can see that when you roll your mouse over the image, you get to see even more. So it's a good way of getting extra information in there by having a tall image. So it's about the right width, but a lot higher. Next one, I've done this one because I didn't think much of it. Saatchi Gallery, both this one and, let me just find it, sorry, and this one to put these together actually. So Saatchi Gallery and the Guggenheim, both big galleries, and with, you'd think with a lot of artists around, loads of money, and they both got profile pictures and banners, which I don't think match up very well. I mean, okay, these match up very well, but there's nothing very interesting. It doesn't draw me to them. Maybe they're just relying on who they are, I suppose. This one here I thought was quite clever. What they've done is taken the image on the left here, and they matched the width of that to match the profile image, so it kind of looks like it's all integrated. This one here they've got writing on. We'll be coming back to it a bit later on. Now I really like Art in Miami. They have lots of lovely images on there. But again, I don't think they've matched up their color schemes very well. I don't think that works. But maybe it's just me. This one here, again, similar color schemes, but this image is too fiddly down here. You can't really see what's going on. Even when you roll your mouse over it, you can't see very clearly. Although these are strong images, they don't really show, it doesn't come out very well. Sometimes you get these kind of images which are a little bit, they're not that clear. If you go back to, let's say, the Saatchi one, at least it's a very clear image. Whereas this one's a little bit, not very good, sorry. It's a little bit blurry. I think sometimes that doesn't work very well, having very blurry images unless they're meant to be blurry. It's almost like it's pixelated slightly. This one here is pretty obvious, isn't it, really? Look, the logo does not match up with the image, and I don't really like that color scheme anyway. It looks dirty and grubby, but anyway, it's not much of an artistic touch in my opinion. But they've got 47,000 people like them, so they're not doing too badly. The next section of stuff I'm going to show you is this one here, is just where they've actually got the number 350 in every image. So something you could actually have in both images, something that's consistent. Next one is comedy. You can have images which are quite funny, relate to other things. Right, now we get on to some of the tools. I put in a few links on the page, the main page for this, that will actually give you some tools to help you make banners up if you're not very good at photo editing yourself. If you go to these and you go on you try to do something and it starts asking you for like to set up a username and password, then probably don't bother doing it, because you shouldn't have to do that. But and also if you get anything that says they want to install an app on Facebook, don't do that either. This one here, Profile Gens, have got lots of things, lots of different images that you can use. I'm on this one because this is on the For Guys cover or whatever. Girly covers, that's a bit sexist, isn't it? Anyway, what it reminded me of when I was looking at this a bit earlier is that you can have kind of raunchy images, because that does draw people, unfortunately. I mean, that's the way of the world, isn't it? And advertisers do it all the time. You can use that within certain limits on Facebook, as long as it's appropriate. I mean, it does work. I mean, so whether you agree with it or not, it does work. And, you know, you will draw people in if you've got like scantily clad people on your images. I'm not saying it's right, I'm just saying it works. I tried putting one of myself on there, that didn't work, so it doesn't always work. Now, this one here, you can take kind of slightly dull images and it makes them nicer. This is the Cover Effects link, which you'll see. And there's a couple of tools and videos here which might help you on the Mashable.com link. And then we've got the kind of ideas for writing you might want on your wall. So having a quote on, you know, you really feel touched is something about, you know, you, or even your strapline from your branding. You could probably put that on there if you know how to put text over an image. There's a few articles here, Beth's blog and this Mary Smith one, I think. Both quite interesting reads, I thought, and worth having a look. They're linked to on there. And there's another, there's loads of kind of image places you can go to get timeline images from. If you're into nature and things like that, you might want to take something from like a wildlife organization or something like that, even though, you know, just to show that you're kind of sympathetic to that organization, it might draw people to you. And last of all, I've just got Instagram here. It's quite famous at the moment because it's just been bought by Facebook for $1 billion. It's an app where you can use it on your phone and on your iPad. I don't know if it works on a normal computer, but anyway, so now what happens is you can take an image and it will kind of put filters on so that they look, the images look nicer, look old-fashioned. Now you might want to do that with an image to, if you have two images which look slightly different in terms of colors, it might actually homogenize them so they look similar, so you know your banner and your profile image works. So if you've got an iPad or a tablet, you know, of some kind, you can use that. Anyway, I'm going to stop now and hope that's helped. Sorry it hasn't been too direct. There are loads of links on that page. I'd say it's worth spending half an hour having a look through them before you start trying to set your image up. Have a good think about what kind of image you want to use. If you are the individual, make sure your image is in there somewhere. You know, I mean, if your page is about you, have a picture of you, because people want to know that you're, you know, but you're an individual. They don't want to think of you as a commercial body of some kind. They want to feel attached to you. Okay, I'm going to go off now and I hope that helps, and talk to you soon. Bye for now.